What are some things that people who want to work on yachts can do to prepare? Like, even before they set foot on a boat?
Well, our Faceless Crew recommends focusing on the skills that are specific to the role you're interested in. So, say you want to be a stewardess, you could brush up on your service skills, maybe even take a mixology class, impress those guests with some fancy cocktails. And, don't underestimate YouTube. There are tons of tutorials for things like, oh, how to make a bed perfectly or professional ironing techniques. It's not just about mastering the tasks themselves, it's about being adaptable to different service styles, different cultural expectations.
Oh, right. Because you could be doing a formal dinner one day and a casual barbecue on deck the next.
Exactly. So, flexibility and a willingness to learn are super important.
Gotcha. So we've talked about the long hours, the demanding work, the importance of soft skills,
Right.
but there's something else that tends to take people by surprise,
What's that?
the cultural differences.
Ah, yes. The melting pot of the high seas. Imagine you're working and living in super close quarters with people from all over the world, different customs, communication styles, and, shall we say, unique personalities.
It's like a crash course in cross-cultural communication.
It really can be.
Sure.
And our Faceless Crew really emphasizes how important it is to be open-minded, adaptable, and respectful when you're dealing with those differences. What's considered polite in one culture might be totally off-putting in another,
Yeah,
right?
it's not just knowing your port from your starboard, it's knowing your cultural etiquette too.
Exactly. And it's bigger than just avoiding a faux pas. It's about building trust with your crewmates, creating a positive, respectful environment where everyone feels valued.
Yeah, that makes sense. When you're basically living and working in a floating city, a little cultural sensitivity can go a long way.
Absolutely. And it's all part of what it means to truly thrive as a yachty. It's not just about the places you see or the yachts you work on. It's about the people, the challenges you overcome together, and the growth that comes from living this unique lifestyle.
You've definitely painted a vivid picture of the yachting world. Is there anything else aspiring yachties should be aware of? So for anyone listening who's now thinking, wow, yachting sounds incredible, but also maybe a little intense, what's the final verdict? Should they be signing up for that SCCW course ASAP?
Mhm.
Or maybe polishing up their resume for a job that doesn't involve quite so much, open water?
That is the question, isn't it? I think it really comes down to being honest with yourself about your expectations and understanding the realities we've talked about today. Yachting can be an amazing adventure, but it's not for the faint of heart. Being able to handle curveballs, navigate cultural differences, and yes, even roll up your sleeves for the not so glamorous tasks.
Because, hey, even on $1 million yacht, someone's got to make sure everything's spick and span.
You said it, but for the people who stick with it, who approach this industry with a positive attitude and are always ready to learn, it can be incredibly rewarding, both personally and professionally.
It's like you said before, it's not just about the destination, it's the entire journey, the challenges, the growth that comes from pushing yourself outside your comfort zone.
Couldn't have put it better myself. And for anyone who wants to learn more, I definitely recommend checking out our Faceless Crew.
Yeah.
They have so many great resources for aspiring yachties, everything from practical tips to honest advice from people who've actually been there, done that.
And we'll be sure to link to our Faceless Crew in our show notes. But here's a final thought for everyone listening. Whether you're setting sail on a yacht or just navigating the ups and downs of life on land, what if, instead of asking ourselves if we're cut out for the yachting life, we ask ourselves how we can develop those invaluable soft skills, things that help you thrive in any environment? Something to think about. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and remember, the world is your oyster.